Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. It's always such a pleasure, and especially on a beautiful day like this. The sun is shining, the shadows are sharp, and our little orange tree is abundant with orange blossoms. So, welcome. Welcome to the Advancement Center. And welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Yeah. I was sitting here just anticipating your arrival. And all of a sudden, I thought of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And she was talking about something entirely different. But I'm talking about the Advancement Center. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Because I just am so proud to be a part of this wonderful platform that is shared throughout the world and maybe further, I don't know. But one of the reasons I'm going to share, last week I spoke about when I met Robert, and I had gone all the way to Australia. And then I met Robert through his book, The Magic of Life. Now, it's a big, magnificent book, but everyone who reads it cannot put it down because it's so true and it's so magical. And then after that, there came The Magic of Life, Volume 2. And then last week, I introduced our beautiful team, who is the Advancement Center. It started out with just the two of us, and then David came on the scene, David Best, and he came bearing his book, which is so wonderful and so quotable. I recommend this. Yeah. So I'm counting the ways that I love the Advancement Center, and I'm keep going. And then, after being with us a little while, David wrote A Bridge to the Dimension of the Sacred Feminine. Can you imagine a better title? And here's David on the back. And then these two thin, beautiful books were written by Robert. And I think I may have narrated them, but there's here, one is, There Is Another Way, and it's always available for you. And here's one that I adore, And I have it in audio form on my website. It's called Your Personal Supercomputer. And it is the handbook for the future. Now, every one of these books is directed to you, loving you, supporting you, embracing you for a wonderful life. Yeah. Now, just this morning, I asked Robert, because when he tells me stories, I get them, but then I want to bring them out, shine them up, and share them again. And the first story in this book is so true, and everyone should know it. And it's the story of what happens when we go through life freely, without any restrictions, without anyone worried, without any person's personal limitation. And a child can just play and be free. You know, we were all children at one moment in time. And a child could go ramming right into a brick wall and then get up and keep going. But if there is a mother present who is worried, concerned for the safety of her child, that child will go into the wall, fall down, and bleed. So what does that tell you? The attitudes surrounding us creates a life of positivity or a life of misery. And that's what the Advancement Center is. Positivity, no limits, life living as you. So that just made me feel so happy. Now today, I just feel that the best word is freedom. Freedom. And as I say that word, my very dear friend, Adrian, who just did his broadcast yesterday, and I have an image and a memory, a very clear memory of Adrian in Scotland on the beach, yelling at the top of his lungs, freedom. So that's what this is all about. Freedom from anything that is less than total permission to be who you are, to be the reason you came. In fact, I'd like to make we have these buttons. You could just walk past, see it on the table, press it. This one says,
"That was easy."
So I want one that says freedom. freedom is yours. And here's where you find it, because there are no limitations, no curbs. As I sat here waiting for you to arrive, I was thinking of when I first went out to Australia, and my whole life I've sung in a choir since high school on stages all through Europe, US, and Australia. So I joined a choir. And it was Robert who said, "You're not one of a choir." Do you know that was 16 years ago? And I got it now. So you're not one of a group. You're not one of a choir. You're you. Now, we have a wonderful, I have a wonderful week. I often say to myself, this is an enchanted life. We live in this magnificent place, in this magnificent locale, and it is magic, all of it. But the real magic is to be able to share it with you. Now, I was just about to say something. Oh, yes. My week is filled to the brim with joy, activity, meeting with family, sharing, and let me count the ways. So Sunday, I'm on the Advancement Center. Monday, David shares his amazing insights and knowing for us. And after, we all get together on a Zoom call. So contact with family. Tuesday, we have Genya, who broadcasts, followed by a celebration. Wednesday, we all get together after hearing a recording that was made, and it's timeless, by Simeon. And we get together and we talk about the effect it had on us. Thursday is a day off. Friday, it's David's broadcast. And Saturday is a double header. And we hear a past recording by Robert and Adrian. And here again, we are at Sunday. I love my life. And one of the highlights of the week is on Friday, David has a broadcast. Then he goes back to the tennis courts where he's an amazing coach. And then he returns and we have Friday night dinner. It's almost like a Sabbath dinner that I remember. And the food is wonderful. The toasts are wonderful. The wine is good. And after the meal, and we just share. And this past Friday, Robert said something that was so penetrating with its truth. And of course, David is amazing. He goes, and it's all on his phone. So I said, please send that to me. And he did. And here it is. And I know how to get there fast. And these are Robert's words. I share them with you. Let it go in. Confront whatever it is that you're attached to and agree with yourself that you don't need it, and then you can enjoy your life. I'm going to read it again. I've been reading it since Friday night, and it keeps meaning more and more and more. It's like it's unfolding. And here it is again. Confront whatever it is that you're attached to and agree with yourself that you don't need it. And then you can enjoy your life. Now, I wish we were on a Zoom call and we could all share. But I went many places, many attachments. 69 years, you accumulate a few things. But what am I attached to? I left all my material objects, treasures, whatnot, back in Connecticut when I just took off for Australia. So I've pretty much said goodbye to those. But then a whole lot of memories that pop up, and you have associations. With anyone says anything, you think of something that it calls. But if every attachment is eliminated from your life, what do you have? Life, love, perfection, a future with good health. It is so exciting. And the more I thought about it, it brought back something that I experienced. In fact, I even spoke it out loud when I said, I feel like I'm Gulliver, pinned down by inconsequential little stuff. I want to move. I want to breathe. I want to fly. And there it is. Check out all the attachments. Physical, mental, even spiritual attachments. Just let them fly. and you are free. Enjoy your freedom. You deserve it. And you know that very often I read what I've written to Simeon each morning. And today, when he answered me, he said, just know that your hand is in the hand of your Creator. And that's the feeling of freedom. Now, a couple of weeks ago, our beautiful family came to Santa Barbara, and we had an amazing weekend of joy, love, good food, lots of hugs, embraces. And just before they got in the car to leave, Adrian, Kathleen, Viti, and Mickey. We were celebrating Mickey's birthday. And Adrian disappeared, walked down there somewhere, took a photo, and I said, that's a painting. And he was the inspiration for my art class this week. It's not exact, but he's definitely the inspiration. So there it is. And it was taken right here. Snap those photos with or without a camera of the beauty, the love, and the enchantment of the magic of life. And once again, I wish you a perfect life with perfect health and a truly amazing future filled with magic and miracles. Thanks for being with me this morning or this afternoon, wherever you are. I am Barbara.